Carson Shaffer, what would you do? What would you do, Carson Shaffer?
Thank you. They told me my son couldn't attend public school, that he would never be able to graduate from high school, and he'd probably never hold a real job. His IQ was 88, and that meant that my little guy, all my hopes and dreams could never be anything. When they told me that, it hurt my heart. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, do you have kids? The song says the children are our future. Their possibilities are limitless. They can be everything that we never were. But not with that IQ. 88. I knew what that meant. He wouldn't speak well because we were watching a show, Christmas show, about this little boy who doesn't speak after his parents were killed in the barn fire. And I looked over at Sammy, and his shoulders start shaking, and I said, "Sammy, are you okay?" And he turned around, looked at me, a tear streaming down his face, and goes, "Me, me." And I said, "The little boy, you can't speak?" And he said, "Me." I knew 88 was wrong. I could see it inside. It just didn't come out on paper. And so deep down inside me, the engineer said, "We're going to fix this." What I had to do over the next 12 years, I had no idea. I owned a pretty successful business. But instead of living in a nice house in a subdivision with all our friends, we lived in a double-wide trailer because I spent $386,000 in cash, $1 at a time, on Sammy's education and therapy. Would you do that? No real house, no building equity, no nice vacations, no new cars. I lived a double life. Everybody thought I was this wealthy business owner at the Citrus Club and maybe a little here. In reality, we were dead broke and living in a trailer. Every dime went to pay for Sammy's school and more therapy. You know, it's the first time I've ever told anybody that. And it was worth every single penny. We had about an hour drive to a school. So he'd get in the car and I'd look at him and I'd go, "All right, Sammy, twos." And he'd go, "Oh, Dad." And I'd go, "Come on, Sammers, twos." 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Okay, threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, all the way to 12 times 12, forwards and backwards. I didn't feel sorry for him. It's his fault that he had an engineer for a father. We also did blackboard exercises that you drew geometric shapes to help make the two halves of your brain work well together. So you'd stand in front of a chalkboard and go left, switch, right, left, right. After a while, I started throwing in math problems. Left, right, 4 plus 4 is 8, right, left, switch, left, square root of 9. 3, left, right. I tried 7 más 8, and all I got was, seriously? Spanish? 20 minutes a night, every single night for 12 years. But at the time, my saying was, I'm not worried about Sam at 7. I'm worried about Sammy at 27. When a child doesn't know the answer to a problem that you've just shown them 10 times in a row how to solve, they know you're going to get mad. They would do anything to know the right answer, but they just don't know it. So you got to have patience. And as much patience as you have to have, your child has to have 10 times as much to make themselves go through it. I can't imagine what Sammy put himself through to do it. We worked so hard, and Sam gradually began to improve. I remember when he read A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, he said he knew who all the characters were from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And it worked. All the driving, the multiplication tables, the blackboard exercises, the special classes, and the sacrifice. It all worked. Sammy graduated from high school. The same high school from which they said he could never graduate. And he was a normal kid. His IQ was no longer anywhere near 88. We had him tested. And he was a normal kid. Today, Sam is 27. The same age I was worried about, only 7. And he's the burn manager for the state of Florida. All the big plumes of smoke you see in the sky from prescribed burns, yeah, it's Sammy's signature on those. He also is in charge of the firefighting drone program for Northeast Florida. He's done pretty well for himself. To watch Sam persevere and watch all that hard work pay off and overcome all the doubt and the tears and the frustration has made this the single most important thing I've ever done in my life. It worked. And it'll work for you. Just don't let anybody ever tell you what your child cannot and can do. You make the difference. Are you willing to make that sacrifice? I promise you, it's worth it. Mr. Contest Master. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Ed.